Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to listen to some mumbly jumbly. All the way from St. Albans, your host for tonight, Abs the Magic, Super Coach Godfather.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, today's episode is a milestone. It's been less than 6 weeks, and in that time, we have smashed the 1K barrier. We actually went way past it now. We got 1,000. Let's have a look. How many have we got? Let's have a look. How many beautiful people have joined in? Let's count them all. Get in here. How many of these beautiful 1,026 beautiful souls have joined this channel? How many views have we got in this time? Let's have a look. How do we do this? All right, let's keep going. Analytics. Okay, analytics. We have 64,500 views. We have. What else do we have? All right, audience. We have watch time. 6.2 thousand hours of watch time. That's incredible. And once again, thank you to everyone. Now, we have our first ever sub was Deborah McCoy. So we'd like to thank Deborah. She was our first ever sub. She's from the Richmond group, a legend, a champion, and one of our admins. And she was first to jump in. We have another admin there, Roger Mortia. He pushes me everywhere. Wherever I see him, he says, "Oh, you got to get up. You got to join. You got to help." And he's helped so much. So I'd like to thank Roger as well. Now, our 1,000th subscriber. Who was it? Let's find out. We found him, Harry Cole. Well, actually, I think there's a couple of them, but Harry Cole's one of them. Harry Cole, you are the man. Okay, we're going to give Harry Cole a big round of applause. Thank you, sir. Good job. He says, I'm proud to claim it was me. First thousands of many. Thank you, sir. And Martin Issa has said he's coming 1,000th. So we have another one. And because it's very hard to tell who the 1,000th is, because they're all at the same time. It was virtually a dead tie when they were doing it. So Martin Issa, we're in Footy Wire. Now we're looking at Nic Nat. Now, even though Nic Nat, we say, is injury prone. I mean, look at 2019, had 3 games. Then he followed it up by 2 full seasons. I mean, 2020 is only 17 games that year. 2021, 22 games. So he had 2 full seasons. And then another injury. So is it possible? I mean, how many more seasons does he have left? He's not that young anymore. But still, points per minute wise, Nic Nat is probably number 1 in all of the players in the AFL. I'd say he's got the highest points per minute than anyone else. I'll show you. Okay, we're gonna go to 2021. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, just calm it down. How do I go to 2021 here? What's going on? What can I do 2021? What do I click on this? What's happened? Someone teach me. Okay, what's going on? 2021. Actually, no, it's already here. Silly, stupid. Okay, 2021. I'm gonna show you points per minute, okay? He's the highest scoring points per minute player I've ever seen. It's all over 1.4, 1.3, 1.5, 1.3. It's massive. 1.8, 1.6. You won't find a player like this. 1.5. Look at this. 1.5, 1.6, 1.6, 1.8, 1.3. They're all over 1.2. Like the good players, like the Olivers and so forth, they're at 1.2. Nic Nat's on another level. The only problem with Nic Nat, its point per minute are high. His time on ground is very low. All right, have a look at these time on ground. 66%, like 73% is huge for him. It's money around the 66 mark. Even in his younger days. Let me go all the way down to his younger days. Let's go to 2014. Okay, he was a bit more. Okay, actually here it started. It's when it happened. 2016, 66, 66, 64, 63, 62, 54. His time on ground has always been low. He's always had a small engine. 63, 66. This is 2020 now, and this is when they had shorter quarters, and it still hasn't got much time on ground. 62, 63. So his time on ground has always been low. all right? But his points per minute are massive, like they're huge. So the question now is, we know he'll score well. We know he's only going to play. He's going to play around about less than 70, so 66% time on ground. So you're going to see him always on the bench. The problem with Nic Nat is injury. Because he could do everything else. He's probably the best super coach player that probably ever played. That's how good, because of his points per minute. Imagine him going at 100 points, 100% time on ground. His points per minute would be through the roof. He'd be on 200 points every game, virtually. He'd be on an average of 200. You'd have to pay probably $1 million for him if he was on time on ground 100%. But yeah, so the question is going to become the Coolionis. Okay, remember we discussed the Coolionis last time, all right? How big are they? What are you going to do with the Coolionis? Because how many games is he going to play? Is he going to play the whole season? What did he do last year? Look, he missed every second game. Last year, round 1, he played round 1, 3, 4, 10, 16, 17, then missed again, went to 20, 21, 22. He even played a game in a waffle. How does Nic Nat play a game in a waffle? But anyway, so let's go to the final verdict. Now, my final verdict, and we're going to go back to this. I don't know how to spell this. It's Coolionis again. Okay, Coolionis. They need to be big. Very big. If you have them, okay, you might be in business. It's a huge gamble. Massive gamble, okay? Now, if he plays a whole year, the whole season, and he's in your team, and you got Marshall next to him, you're going to be unstoppable, and no one's going to catch you. It'll be impossible. How can they beat someone that's going 115? The rest have only got ruckmen that are going at 90, 95, 100. You've got 15 extra points over 20 rounds, 15 times. That's 300 points extra that you've got than the competition. So you've got a 300 point head start on everyone if he plays a full season. If he doesn't play a full season and gets injured, then you're going to lose a trade. All right, so that's the worst case scenario. You lose a trade. You may also have a game where he's injured early, so you're probably going to lose 50 points, but you might get them back. So, are you willing to gamble? All right, are you willing? Now, this is a tough one. Okay, so firstly, just calm it down. If I take my time now, I'm going to think about this one now. All right, just calm it down. Now, if you're willing to gamble, it's actually it's good play. It's really good play because you got an edge on everyone. And no one's going to have him. None of the top teams are going to even think about this. All right. Yeah. So for you, it's go off the hearts. Okay, go off the hearts. Would I do it? Well, I am a madman. Okay, I do some crazy things sometimes, and this is one of the crazy ones. I probably would. I probably would do it. If I don't have any options, I'm going to go for all of them. At the moment, I'm leaning towards, and I'm getting desperate. I'm leaning towards Draper. I'm getting really desperate. I'm going towards Hickey. Okay, I don't know who to get. And worst case scenario, I might even go to DCAM. And if DCAM's going to get SCAM, it's DCAM, not SCAM. Coming down. If DCAM goes. Oof, keep in mind you got Cox playing, so if DCAM goes at 80, all right, and I got DCAM, and the leader, okay, yeah, he's got Nic Nat, who's going at 110, all right. For example, I'm losing 30 points every game. Now, if I'm losing 30 points every game, what do? Do I bring him in to catch up to just to stop the bleeding? So if I'm going to bring him in to stop the bleeding. And what if he gets injured? That means I've just wasted 2 trades. So the best way to play with Nic Nat, and this is the only way you can play, you have to start him. Okay? The only way you can play with Nic Nat is if you start him. You can't bring him in. You got to start him. All right? I'm not telling you to start him. I'm saying if you're thinking about playing with Nic Nat in your team, the only way you can do it is starting him, because if you start him and he goes down, you lose one trade, okay, and you trade him out, and you got enough cash there to virtually get to anyone. But if you bring him in and you've already lost ground on him anyway. I mean, your opponents have already made 30, 60, 100 points in 3 weeks, okay? If you bring him in later on, you're going to have to risk 2 trades, because the odds are that he will get injured. I mean, he may get rested. I don't know. It's hard it's a really tough one. So either you start him or you don't. Or you don't get him at all. Simple as that. And if you start him and he flies, you're going to fly with him. So that's the risk you're going to take. And now that I've looked at all this and I'm considering, I'm actually thinking about starting him. And that's crazy, but it could be a good move. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.